That should do it.
Careful, kitties. I'm trying to get my laptop.
Okay, so I think we're back. So hello anyone.
Hello.
Hello. Thank you for joining us today. Plenty late, but nothing much you could do about that. Do about it sometime. Anyway, we're back with more Final Fantasy, and for session 205. It would be more fitting if this was actually at 200 to really get pick up the pace with things.
Oh yeah, we do have 300 subscribers.
Okay. Yeah. So I think that was new. We couldn't have done this without, well, like a lot of you, all the subs, past and present, and I don't know. I think we're small enough to, I don't know, probably be in a position to decipher who's the one whose sub the longest. Oh well. But I suppose nobody really cares about such things. But let's see. I'll get to. Okay, and look itself. Yes. As you can see by Lulu's new gi, he finally got what was this? He finally got the final chest piece for his ninja garb. A special and enchanted or whatever it is. It marked the end of this saga for the ninja clan. I guess I guess Sora became a part of it. Much like the rogues before them, he went ahead and joined to some very underhanded heroes, I guess.
Oh.
And put an end to their ninja blood feud. Yes. It was very emotional and all that. Essentially it's over. As you would probably suspect, the clan itself isn't gonna leave Eorzea entirely. I think only Tsubame really left. Everyone else is still there, and who knows if we'll ever be reunited again. But hey, that's typically how families work for Lulu anyway. Let's see. Ooh. Okay. Indeed. I don't think I'm meeting anyone here. Honestly, I should probably just get going. And I'll talk along the way. I'm going down there. Yes. Let me go off and take a look at our guys. Oh, great, Rain. But yeah, after the whole thing was over and he finally got his full garb, Lulu finally took off his ninja mask. And much like the greatest of ninjas, that makes him invisible. He is another face in the crowd. I suppose if the jobs ever pick up, probably in the distant future at this point, then likely he'll put it back on. And then he has returned. But right now he's off. Let's see. And I think I did something off camera. As it turned out, I think something happened. He has a thing on his head. Actually, he'll probably tell me, right? He might tell me. Go ahead and do scrub salute. Okay, good. Our squadron has been improved by leaps and bounds, but I think it's time for the recruits to try their hands at a more challenging deployment. It's the only way they'll learn to push past their limits. One or more squadron members have reached level 20, unlocking a special promotion mission. Successfully completing this mission will increase your squadron's due to the high difficulty value of the promotion mission. However, it is advised that you first improve your squadron members' individual attributes as much as possible before attempting a deployment. Okay. I guess it was probably for one of them reaching level. Yeah. Oh yeah, there you are. Right, but all of this training wasn't for this first, I don't know, flags, mission voids and elimination. I don't know what that means. What flagged mission means, but
Huh.
I actually wanted. It was all actually for do a supply wagon escorting, right?
Yeah.
Or was it? Is this? Oh, it's that one over there. Or was it Beastman Recon? I don't think it was Beastman Recon. How annoying. Let me see. Oh, great. I went too far into the direction because I was trying to increase their strength because they need more strength for that mission. And so then I sacrificed everything in order for strength, and now they don't have enough tactics. Well, that's annoying. This is just some good old fashioned macaroni and cheese detail going on around here. Okay, what's going on here? So not enough tactical. Tactical at this point will sacrifice it by 100%. Okay, how about tactical and strength? Tactical and strength will do absolutely nothing. Everything I could possibly do has to increases strength significantly. Okay. What the heck is even going on here?
Huh.
I didn't do it for that mission, I did it for this mission. But they deny me now. Okay. Okay, hold on a second. At this point, yeah, strength can actually take a dip to 200 and still come off with 241. Perfectly what I need. Okay. Alright. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. Okay, so I can sacrifice it by 200, and that by 100, and change absolutely nothing else, and I should be fine. Yes. Okay then. Actually no, wait, that's for everyone. Yes. At least that one anyway. Oh, they actually want increased levels. Oh. Okay. Well, whatever. Anyway, this is the one for me because I want more tactical. Okay. Only capped. Okay, yes, do it. Okay. What a pain. Okay, so they really want me to go and try that mission. Well, I ain't trying it yet. And you can't make me. Okay, this one has got to work. At the sacrifice of 100 physical, I get more tactical. So, and that should put me where I need to be for that, finally that level 10 mission. Okay. I'll have to check in with him later. Anyway. Plunder fire. Oh, yeah. Okay. I guess I'll probably go ahead and mention this thing. Okay, so one of the things which I did off screen was essentially because I really want to go ahead and do all of the as many new societal quests for the Beastman as possible. So it was it because I'm still a little iffy on it, and it's something I have to learn the hard way. It was it. I found one like a day or so ago. It was one that I didn't do. It's called this one Plunger Fire. It's a Huggins, and so I initiated it, and I wanted to know if it's possible to do the beginning part, the opening message from the quest giver before the mission actually starts. So I was wondering, is it possible for me to hold on to it or something? I'll go ahead and take a look though. Yeesh. Yeah. Because in my eyes, if I keep on waiting, I have to go to airport. If I keep on waiting for like, oh, the one chance to do a new mission would be whenever the stream is, then it just feels like, I don't know. Like I'm really Like I'm really wasting the possibility.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get. I'm only gonna get so many possibilities here. So what I'm doing now is going to go and do a tour over all of the Beastman quests, or Beastman stations, like I always do, pretty much, and see if there's new ones. Ideally, what I would want to do is like, oh, could I drop this quest and then pick it up again and see the beginning again? Somehow I don't think that's really possible, but it's worth a check. Because I never actually held on to a quest before. I was partially expecting it to just essentially yoink the entire thing out of my head. Like, oh, well, it's expired. What you gonna do? Careless carrier did hit that. Oh. Okay, stone. Scales. Huh. You do. Can I not talk to anyone? They're saying that they're all locked. Means I can't do nothing with them? Okay. Okay. Well, they actually, yeah, Plunder Fire was there. That means that Twilight quest can be accepted prior to the day. Twilight Societal daily quest accepted prior to the day active. Oh, okay, so I can't do any of them until this one's done. Yeah, okay. Well, that is something, I guess. Yeah, but is there any much point in doing this one without me showing the beginning dialogue on camera? Which means, oh, dang. Really is over. Okay. Yeah, if I can't do the beginning on screen, there's really no. Dang it. Oh well. Okay. Well, that's annoying, but I suppose there's nothing much I can do about it. And looking at these things, I think I tell off the top of my head I did them before. They all look very familiar to me, so I'm thinking I might have actually done them before. Enthralling engagement, yep, I did them. Selfish schemes, yeah. Throw and up in smoke. Yep, I remember that too. Okay, yep. Dang it. The plunder one. I just can't find it. Yeah. I don't know. I really want to do them on camera. I know. I think I guess an option I could do is just let these things like languish to the side a bit. Always check in every single stream I do. But I don't know. Probably just leave off doing them even off camera till later, I guess. Let's go over that. Okay. Rat. Foiled, and after years of planning. Okay. Wonder how many there are. Suppose if I'm really serious about this, doing them all on camera, I should probably check a guide or the wiki or something online to see, okay, the list of all of the societal quest for the Beastman on level 3 years. Yeah. I don't know. Because I'm sure I'm not the only one who thinks in this manner. To do all this stuff, do all the new things at least once. Even if they are dailies. If I'm to grind the ones I've done before, I'd rather know that I've already done all the new ones I can. Okay. Oh yeah, so we'll go over here, yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah, check them out. One holier than thou, raiding the cache, water to the Now, water for the flame fangs, breeding the cat. Okay, yep, I do that too. Yep. If a new one can't be done off camera, then it ain't worth doing. Let's go to, oh wait, keep on changing everything on me. Here we are. Yeah. Honestly, I probably should have been doing this the entire time. Well, that was it. Like, I should have started all the level 3s of these guys. Essentially, scooping up all of the... scooping up all of the new ones as I can. Dang. Right, move on over here, yeah? Alright, they're being attacked by bees or something again. Go and skip those, go over here. There we go. Yep. There's you. Yep. Sticky situation. No route for you. Okay, well, Sympathy and Sentinel, I know that did that one. Sticky situation. Okay, I did that one too, no. Oh. Oh. Yeah, okay. No, nothing here. Okay. Well, I guess there's nothing we can do about that then. Anyway, let's go on to the main event, essentially. Yeah. I'm back to Ulda, yeah? Yeah. Alright. Okay, so... I don't know, I think I'll probably be taking a break from Beastman. I'm gonna probably keep on checking every stream. I am gonna take a look from gonna see a lot less of these societal quests done on stream until I find new ones.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Well, I guess that was bound to happen. I'll likely have this whole thing down pat by level 4, I guess. Right, check each and every... that work? Check each and every station on stream. I mean, I guess so. Is that the way to go? It might be the way to go. I guess we'll see what. Okay, but basically the idea I got was essentially that, what was it? Now that I've pushed all of my DPS classes, the 4 original that I chose, well, actually they're not DPS classes, but you know, like, what was it? Battling classes, such. My, what was it? Black Mage, White Mage, my Ninja, and my Monk over into, to go this far. It's, I think I'm actually time to start looking into the level 50. After the base game, after you save the day, and I guess like the base game is all very much complete, and you're ready to start the transition over to eventually starting the expansion, the first one, whatever it was called. Nobody knows what it's called, but anyway. Only nerds know. And so I think for right now, when you do that, a whole bunch of like level 50s, because you actually see them, they're all around here. They all just start sprouting up all over here. So at some point, they all need to be taken a look at some point. I think I did one sweep around here that was for like triple triad matches. The ones that are left, like this guy over here, are well beyond my level. So there's only so much I could do about that. But the quests are still here, and a lot of them are typically level 50. Yeah. I don't entirely know what they entail, but they all need doing at some point. And I don't know. I guess it's probably time to go and take into a sweep. Oh right, actually, if anything, now that I'm back here, I have to change over to my black mage actually. Yeah, that's I don't know. They're the garb that he feels most at home, comfortable in. Go to black mage. Somewhere along the way, I'm gonna have to finally take up mining in order to finally put alchemy to rest. At that point, the only other gathering job that'll be left would be fishing. And I guess I'll be looking into fishing up and when they actually force me to fish. Because, oh, it's a fish that you need for this recipe, for this checkpoint, and you could only get it through fishing. I thought it was actually going to be plenty earlier, except I was able to buy those fish that I needed. Well, I guess not so needed. I guess it was back in the time in which I was purposely trying to fill up all of my log for alchemy. So that's how that would be like. They say much of anything. Catch. Please. I guess the kill life trump. Oh wait. I'm actually collect. Oh right, yeah. You think at some point they'd actually make me put me to collect things for some very uncool people?
Huh.
I suppose they'd probably never really do that by then. Okay. Let's go ahead and take a look at it here. I don't know what they're gonna entail. I suspect they're probably gonna. A lot of them are probably gonna direct me over into side dungeons, which I'm not exceptionally happy about. But I'll have to. I don't know. Look into. Nananji. Did I know of him before? Remembering the past. Quest sync. I don't know what that means. Description quest sync.
Huh.
I guess I'll find out when I do it. Nananji appears to be in deep thought. Okay. Hi diddly ho, Nananji no. They determined set of your jaw. Leave someone noticed. The dynamic presence as if you ever ready to leap into action. There's no mistake, you're an adventurer, and a dependable one at that. I may have saved the world once or twice in my day. Tell me, are you familiar with the name Louis Leverlier? Or Leverlier? Okay. I've never heard of him. Well, I think I know who he is. And I don't think Lulu has much reason to lie. Of course you are. Forgive my suddenness. I am Nanonji, budding writer, and I seek to pen a biography of the great man. In particular, I wish to cover his movements leading up to the calamity, and to that end, I've requested an interview with the Immortal Flames. He served the Orthing Alliance as a tactician, so there ought to be someone in the order who had dealings with him. I mean, I guess so. I think it was technically in recent memory and such. Yeah, plenty of people survived then. So, I guess, I don't know how that has to do with me. And while my request has thankfully been accepted, there's just one problem. I don't have much experience conducting it, and I'm worried whether I'd be able to do a proper job. Oh. Right. Might I imagine that you're just... Oh, actually, wait, he did say budding, right? I guess... I feel like you would probably do better cutting your teeth on decidedly smaller stories and such, and kind of building up your experience from there. Not just going for like the, you know, what was it? A grand war hero, essentially, right off the bat. You're not gonna make me go into your stead, are you? As an adventurer, you're doubtless used to dealing with people.
Uh-oh.
Really? Thus, I would like to ask you to accompany me in the capacity of an assistant. Oh, yes, assistant. It would be tremendously reassuring to simply have you watching on. Okay. And if you're amenable afterwards, I'd like to interview you as well for your own impression.
I knew it. I knew it. That cost double.
Yeah. I wonder if it's possible for me to lead them on and think I'm just some rando. Now, for your troubles, I'd be certain to credit you as a collaborator. So please, won't you help me with my biography, that the memories of the calamity might be preserved for future generation? Okay. I'm in your debt. Oh. Begin with, please come with me to Camp Drybone in Eastern Thailand. There's a place I'd like to visit ahead of the interview. Okay. I guess we're going there then. Quest accepted. Remembering the past has an arrow on it. I wonder if I'm gonna be regretting that arrow. Making your way through Ulta, you encounter a budding writer named Anji Nalonji, who tells you that he seeks to write a biography of the late Archon Luswan. To that end, he has arranged to interview a member of the Immortal Flames and asked you to accompany him as an assistant. Upon agreeing to his request, you are directed to join him at Camp Drybone ahead of the interview. Okay. I wonder what the arrow means. It's looking down. What could it mean? Oh well. But this is the thing that I'm doing now. Probably best to just leave that one for now. Just to keep things more focused. No. I guess so. Well, let's just go. Actually, no, I can just teleport right now. Alright. Now Lulu is intrigued by the simple matter of those who write about great deeds and people after the fact. Sounds well safer, but also very boring.
Uh-huh.
Oh, and also it's raining again. Oh, okay. Didn't want to go to the shade, I guess. He just wants to write his his notes in the rain. Or is he spared somehow? Okay, anyway. Let's see. Lulu would greet him in a matter of stretch it. Oh yeah, I forgot I had that. Anyway. Good. Just bow, I guess. Whichever. No need to make it too complicated. There you are. To explain why we're here. Oh, but I haven't even asked your name. How am I supposed to credit you if I don't even know that? Don't even know that much. But sure. Oh, okay. Well, I suppose it's really no leading him on now, I guess.
Uh-huh.
I'd imagine there's more Lulu's name and maybe a general, very vague description of him other than pictures, I guess.
Uh-huh.
Lulu May Yo May, the Lulu May Yo May, champion of Eorzea. And here I thought you were a cosplayer or something. A small wonder I felt you were dependable. With one such as you helping me, everything will surely go well. Okay, just don't expect me to write it for you. But getting back to business, the interview I've arranged is of an officer of the Immortal. There's still time, however. I thought we'd pay a visit to the nearby graveyard, so I can explain my motivation for the biography. Okay. It really has to be in the rain, huh? I come from a small village near the Cartino Flats. It was burned down in the calamity. Right, and gave you a wicked sunburn. And those who died were laid to rest here. My parents among them. Oh wow. They get like their own graves and such?
It's a.
Yeah. It's hardly an uncommon tale. After the dread primal emerged from Dalamud, he unleashed fiery devastation across the length and breadth of the earth. But as much as the calamity has scarred the realm, it is quickly becoming just another event in the history book. I mean, probably, as likely all things would. It hasn't really been that long. I don't believe it's really been that long. Not like they really give much solid dates to things. Although honestly, they probably would at some point. Not in the base game, but probably later on. Beyond occasionally giving thanks to the Archon that Eorzea was saved, people spare it little thought. I don't know. I think, trying to remember, it was likely a matter of those who don't learn from the past doomed to repeat it and all that. At the same time, wasn't the entire calamity really outside the the scope of the commoner or of everyone else?
Huh.
I don't know. I feel it's typically just rats and passengers on sinking ships. They have no control over anything. In which case, what's the point of learning? That's so you could appreciate greater forces than thou destroying thy world. Sure, we're powerless, but nobody could accuse us of being ignorant. But when you've lost so many loved ones, it's hard to feel that anything was saved. I guess it was prevented from the world being destroyed worse. And that's why I wish to know more about Luswa. By learning about his past in Eorzea's salvation, I hope that I will attain closure. I guess so. That's my motivation for writing the biography. Oi. We should probably hurry up. My upturned coat is actually making a puddle for the lower half of my face. And now then, in preparation for the interview, let's review what is known about our subject. Okay. It's difficult to define exactly when the Seventh Calamity was set in motion. Early historians, however, point to the Empire's Meteor project, which sought to bring Dalamud down upon Eorzea. Oh yeah. I mean, most terrible things often start with a colony drop. Yeah. Where am I looking? What are you showing me, Spirit? Are these posters? Oh. Of a possible propagandizing nature? Yeah. I could barely read them at all. It was the year 1562 of the 6th Astral Era, seeking to combine the Imperial threat. Seeking to combat the Imperial threat, Luswa founded the Circle of Knowing, in order whose sub-objectives was the preservation of Eorzea. Right. Yeah. This is probably on Eorzea's side, these posters. I imagine that Imperial posters are likely, I don't know, a bit less diverse looking. Through its members, the Archons of Charlayan, the circle worked the United Nations of Eorthia in common cause. The result was the formation of the Grand Companies in the three city-states: the Immortal Flames, the Order of the Twin Adder, and the Maelstrom. None of these would exist now were it not for their efforts. It's a wonder I could hear him at all. Maybe our ears are just that good. And then in the year 1572, when the situation was coming to a head, the Swa himself made the journey to Eorzea in a secret and engaged with each of the nations. What took place during that time is what I seek to learn indeed. I guess so. The man we're due to meet is the contact of the Free Brigade, a unit formed of adventurers. He apparently had Luswa's assistance for a mission. Right. It's contact of the Free Brigade. Okay, so he was saying Immortal Flames, right? I think he was. It was like a brigade within that company.
Okay.
I guess so. I don't even know why we're so far apart. But anyway, let's see. The meeting place is High Bridge to the northeast. It's more or less time now, so let's make our way there. I imagine if there's time, if you must make a biography or you know, records of this whole thing, it probably is best to do it now rather than later. Because now it'd probably be the most accurate. Now that as many people who can be alive are alive now. Meow. Granted, I kind of forgot generally how long everyone lives. I couldn't tell you offhand. Let's see though. It's gonna be raining away at this whole place. Alright, let me see, where are we going? Well, I'll have to go and look up parameters and things. Well, I guess, but it's all raining and such, and I need to read it. So let's go up into the abbey? No, the steeple, or whatever, this place over here. And let's get out of the rain. Okay, now agreed. After arriving at Camp Drybone, Nanonji leads you to a nearby graveyard. Sounds promising. Where he explains his motivation for writing the biography. The calamity had destroyed his village and killed his parents, and he struggles to move forward in a world where ever fewer people spare the event any thought. In learning about Luswa and his part in Eorzea's salvation, it is his hope that he will attain closure. Having renewed what is widely known of the subject, you set off for the interview at High Bridge. Indeed. I think it's like a terrible time for an interview, but apparently the weather really gels well with his inner, making it the perfect time for him. Me, I wish I had an umbrella. And do I just go and fly over there? I suppose I have to, like. Boy. Okay. Alright, let's go. Oh wait. Hold on a second, I know something decidedly more fitting than my bird. Aha. Aha. Okay. Showing up to the interview with this thing. Well, let them know that I mean business. Yeah, I think I generally know where High Bridge is. It's over there. Would have appreciated this thing more with more cover, though. Yeah. Vroom, vroom, vroom. Actually, can this thing walk? Oh yeah, I can walk. Nice. I don't think I ever bothered doing it, but yeah, I can do it. Hehehe. Good for marching. Yeah. But enough of that. Let's go ahead and take a look here. Ah. Alright. Actually, yeah, I can talk to him. The interview should be along any moment now. Huh. Okay. Yes, none of these guys are the merchants. Alright then. I think we're all good here then. Right. I wonder what license. Find up quizzing me or something. Okay. There's you, flame officer. You're the ones who seek an interview. I must say, I wasn't expecting to see the champion of Eorzea, who I could absolutely, recognize right off the bat. Wouldn't you much rather interview him instead? Anyway, I'm the Nanchi Nononji, the writer who made the request, and Lula May is kindly accompanying me for the interview. I can't thank you enough for taking the time out of your busy schedule to humor me. Come now, no need for the thanks. Like everyone, I hold Lussois in the highest esteem. If you wish to know about him, Holland Aubrey is always glad to oblige. Okay, where can we find him? Oi. Oi. Oh yeah, flame on. Without further ado, let us begin. Wanna have a seat somewhere? Maybe go under the middle bit like a tarp or where the merchants are. Tell the merchants to leave because we're using the space. Wanna go to the nearby building on the bridge? No. All right. Anyway, my understanding is you had dealings with Swap. Could you please tell me the details? As you know, our grand companies were formed thanks to the Circle of Knowing, but it isn't until Dalamud began turning red that the swap disappeared. Come on. Kindly speak a little louder, please.
And into the lapel.
Want some tea? You want some watered down tea? Anyway, it began with the word that an elderly Elizan man had come to Gridania who held the key to vanquishing primals. Until learning of this, upon learning of this, I sent an adventurer of the Free Brigade to make contact with him. Right. He had a symbol of the number 4 on his forehead. I later learned that the Maelstrom and the Order of the Twin Adder had done the very same. At that time, our companies weren't yet collaborating. Each one only thought to stay ahead of the others. And if truth be told, at first we didn't think much of him. Only that he was the leader of the scholars who studied peculiar prophecy. But when the adventurer reported back, our opinion of the man completely changed. Ew. Let's see. With his spellcraft, Lussois had opened the way into Ifrit's domain, and by the hand of dauntless adventuring, Lord of the Inferno was brought low. And then he kicked his butt. Alas, many defeats preceded that victory. It was reported that countless charred corpses lay strewn in the full of members. I'm sure a lot of those were his followers. Now, the mission also yielded a shocking revelation. A terrible secret, and that secret is...
That I have amnesia.
Oh. Following the battle, Legatus Nail Vandarnes of the Vils Imperial Legion actually, yeah, 7th Imperial Legion appeared and told the adventurers that the hour of reckoning was at hand, that Dalamud would soon fall and cleanse the land. Right. And then the Imperials will come and take over. Oh, actually, no, wait. Oh, actually, oh, wait, yeah, probably would have.
Ah.
I guess the top scientists probably figured that, well, okay, then when we drop the colony, it'll only affect them and not us. Step 5 profit. And that was when we realized that the Empire was behind the Red Moon's anomaly. So thanks to Luswa, you seem to be aware of the Meteor project. Still, it doesn't seem like you had much to act upon. Alright, what was I writing again? Well, as you say, afterwards we scrambled to learn all we could about the project. For a blessing, we had the cooperation of a Garlean defector, Sid Garland, whom you know well. Who could say? He revealed the details of the project. That it utilized a transmission tower to pluck Dalamud from the heavens, all for the purpose of purging us savages from the realm. Makes sense. Also, I wonder if I've seen this transmission. I don't think I did. My gosh. I wonder if I ever really figure out the details of that. A transmission tower that uploads a virus or something to the satellite? I'm not sure.
Ah, maybe.
Okay, finally it stopped raining. Anyway. It would have taken me forever to just wait until it was done. Really should have been inside or something. Anyway. Oh yeah, Lulu was filled with a number of powerful emotions. I couldn't continue telling you what I could continue telling you what I know, but from this point on, there is someone better suited than I am. Did you also happen to invite him here? If you are interested, I would be glad to introduce you to this individual. What say you? Well, now, we'd be keen to speak with this person indeed. Very well. I will send word to the Adder's Nest. If you could take yourselves to Apkalu Falls, I will arrange for a meeting there. To go to such lengths to help us. I can't say how grateful I am. Oh, sorry, he's really tired. Anyway, don't mention it. As I said, I hold Lusvar in the highest esteem. He was the one who brought our 3 nations together, and nothing would please me more than for him to be remembered. Well, it's past time I return to Ul'dah. I pray that the coming interview bears you fruit. It wasn't perfect if at that point that's when the rings. Whatever. But at least it did eventually. The lieutenant certainly has great respect for this law. And thanks to him, we have another promising interview. Come, let's head to Gridania. where the Archon had sojourned. Oi. You go on ahead. Jeez. Yeah, just knowing when that happens, but yeah, I would have had to wait easily like another like 5+ minutes or several minutes or so before the rain actually. His whole made sense, and I would have done it if I was playing by myself. But if not, but this time I just went ahead with it. Whatever. Maybe someday I'll figure out what the arrow is for. Anyway, the interviewee, Flaming Lieutenant Holland Aubrey, Gucci arrives shortly after you do, and he proceeds to give an account of his dealings with Lussois. Right. It didn't seem like a very like first person sort of like personal account. I feel like he was typically more just giving well, actually, alright. I guess it was just more like details of like the generally what was happening at the time and events and whatever. Nothing like how, nothing that you would expect from somebody who had first-hand account. Oh, what was he like? What was he like this or that? Have you? Which I guess makes sense. Granted, an actual interview would probably have covered that and probably taken a great deal longer.
Yeah.
Thanks to the Archon, the forces of Eorzea were made aware of the Meteor Project, which Lacatus Nailpon Darnus thought to utilize to purge all life from the realm. At this juncture of his tale, the lieutenant offers to introduce you to someone who is better suited to recount what follows, and Ananji happily accepts. Thus, is it decided that you will next take yourselves to Apkalu Falls in Gridania for another. Oh, right. The lieutenant walked opposite us, went into the wilderness outside away from the bridge. I guess to phone in ahead of time. I guess.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is. I suppose. I'm trying to remember generally where this would take place, because this is after the base game, but it's not a part of the. Yeah, this mission or this quest here is made available to us after the base game, and it's regardless of whether or not we did the Dalamud trials. I think so. But I think there's a chance that a whole lot of people did this quest before they took on the Dalamud trial, and actually, met essentially the man himself, Le Soin. That is interesting. There'd be a whole lot of like hearing about him beforehand. I guess. I always would like to do it out of order in that case. Actually, I suppose it made it work that you could basically do it however. See the last messages of the man and the final chapter of his journey, and then to read about his past leading up to it afterward. I don't know. Suppose there's only so much that can be done. I guess I'm fine with it generally. I guess my main thing in my mind is like keeping track of it all. Yeah. All right. Well, let's see. I guess we're not done yet because we're going to. Right. Oh. Okay, there we go. Yeah. It's over to Britannia. Oh right. Okay. For some reason I thought it was in the movie. Something. Is. Okay. Right. Oh wait. I think Oh, wait, I was thinking of other files. Okay, that's okay. Yeah, that was my fault. Oh, I was thinking of something else. All right. Anyway, let's go down here for real. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I guess so. How does it feel? Because I feel like, how does it feel that no matter what you could possibly do, I don't know, what this guy could possibly do, he'll never get more insight in his interviews than actually interviewing his, close friends and family. A good deal of whom, like his grandchildren, are all very much alive right now. Will any of them be at the end of this trail? The end of this documentary? I don't really know. Maybe it would make sense if they were. But I don't know. We're slowly going to like, what was it? Levels of people who are more intimately acquainted with, until actual climax in the end. They're like, oh, who is it? Finally, you're here. I was wondering when he was actually going to eventually get to you. Let's see. Apkalu, huh? Who's it? Actually, oh, yeah. I think I have to make sure I know which one. But probably Lancer, right? Yeah, Lancer. Okay, yeah. Fair enough. Let's do that. No. There we go. I did look at which one did to go to. Here we are. Actually, I do love wearing my Dark Mage garb, but at the same time, would there be a whole lot of like times in which you get close up to his face and you're just covered? Maybe I actually will switch then, if that's the case. I could do that. The only real flaw to my favorite set. Okay. There again. There we go. Good job. Yeah. Just not sure when it would feel like it. I know the robes of the magical classes just seem right, you know. As opposed to if I was running around dressed like a ninja or a battle monk. But yeah. Wait, what's going on? Is this like the place to go to? Oh no, I should. We have to go this way. Oh, I think it was something else. Let's go this way. Yeah. Such a shame. Let's go that way. Let's move in. Be quick about it. Ooh. Oh yeah. Okay. Seems a lot more like it. What say you? A mole. So this is Apkalu Falls. The conspicuous lack of the creatures aside, it's quite a beautiful place. Now then, the person we're to meet should be along short. Okay, Serpent Lieutenant Fulke. I think I'm our Fulk. Whatever. I was told those who wish to learn about the Swile, and who should one of them be but the champion of yours here? Well met. I'm Lieutenant Zero Fulk of the Order of the Twin Hatter. Oi. Oi. Oh. Anyway. Nananji, at your service. Thank you for sparing the time to meet with us. No, I think nothing of it. I must say, though, that Lieutenant Aubrey chose the perfect spot for the subject matter. Oi? Luswa spent much time in rumination here in the days before the calamity. Brigadians were being somewhat reserved by nature. At first, the citizens kept a distance. Ah! Hold on, cameraman, keep up. But in time, people warmed to him. He patiently lent an ear to their troubles, healing hurts and offering counsel, and gradually earned their trust. To ignore the plight of those one might conceivably save is not wisdom. It is indolence. Louis Farb spoke those words and lived up to them. He was the epitome of a Charlian sage, and I recall myself being moved. Now, shortly after we had become aware of the Meteor Project, the hamlet of Corrymill was attacked by the primal Garuda. Both soldiers and civilians were among the casualties. Uh-oh, he's looking back to it. He's remembering. The Order of the Twin Adder moved to vanquish the primal, but we were not alone. Through Luswa's mediation, we had the support of not only our sister grand companies, but capable adventurers the realm over besides. I can only imagine there's probably a lot more adventurers and such lining up to go and fight her than most other prime. Anyway, using an artifact known as the Vortex Feather, the Archon opened the way for a band of adventurers to sally forth into Garuda's turbulent domain, where they felled the fearsome being. Upon her defeat, however, the Primal's dispersed aether did not return to the land. Instead, it was absorbed into the Red Moon Dalamud. And when the Empire constructed a new base in Kona, the Elder Seer saw the need for decisive action and put forth a proposal: the formal reformation of the Eorzean Alliance, which had so long lain dormant. The initial response from the other nations was lukewarm at best. They felt that the burden to be borne by each party was excessive, and they were loath to do aught that would place them at a disadvantage against their rivals. But the revelation that a lunar transmitter had been erected in the Imperial base prompted a change of heart. The tower controlled Dalamud's descent. If it could be destroyed, then the Meteor Project would be forestalled. After having constantly been on the back foot, our nations were motivated to join hands, that we might strike a decisive blow against the enemy. Thus was the Eorzean Alliance formed, and the Circle of Knowing had hoped. As the Circle of Knowing had hoped. At the same juncture, Luswa was asked to join the Alliance as a tactician, and in that capacity he provided sage counsel to our heads of state. So although he was first treated with wariness, Luswa earned our trust through his actions and paved the way to enduring cooperation between nations. Indeed, were it not for him, we all would have perished divided. We owe Luswa a great debt. Oh. Now then, I expect you might be interested in hearing about the operation to destroy the lunar transmitter. But for that tale, I would recommend you seek out a decorated soldier who actually took part in the operation. Although a hardened warrior, he quite friendly and would be glad to regale you with her experiences. Shall I send her word Should I send her word on your behalf? I would be truly grateful. Oi. Very well. If you could take yourselves to Maelstrom Command in Limsa, I shall see to it that she knows to expect you. With that, I shall take my leave. I pray that the biography is a success. Oh. Everyone has been more helpful than I had dared to hope. It seems Luswa had quite an influence on others. Yeah. Don't look at me, I'm just a hero. Anyway, the interview gave us some valuable insights into his character, and I'm eager to see what we learn in the next. Come, let's head to Limsa. Oi. I forgot, what do the Muggles possibly have for me? What's this? You're able to see me? That's amazing, Kupo. That we should thus meet can surely be no coincidence. And so I mark this fateful occasion. I shall make you a gift of a magical potion, Fantasia. It's called, and legend holds that it allows you to alter your appearance. It serve you well, Kupo. Okay. So this Fantasia to alter my appearance if I want to. I probably wouldn't really care to. I think it's for like, I don't know, changing how you very look, and going, taking back the character creator essentially. Don't really have much of a purpose for it. Use Fantasia to play with is meant to be a little challenging, with a small price to pay to become a brand new you. Now, bottoms up, Kupo. I suppose if there was I know. I suppose if it was ever part of the story for me to go into hiding entirely.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that would be something. I don't think it's possible. I don't think a game like this would actually able to support a story like that.
Yeah.
That you're too famous and so you have to go into hiding it. But if it did, I would probably use it then. Okay, anyway. I don't know. I can see my face more, but it's not like a whole lot is happening. I don't know. I feel like I'll just go back to Black Mage. Yeah, was there anything? No, nothing. Okay, good. Back to Black Mage then. That's better. Alright, let's go. Actually, we have to read the parameters again. As you wait in the tranquil surroundings of Abkalu Falls, your interviewee appears in the form of Serpent Lieutenant Pyro Pool. The lieutenant speaks of how Luswa had secured external support for the Order of the Twin Adder as it sought to vanquish the rampaging Garuda. And when it subsequently came to light that the 7th Imperial Legion had constructed a lunar transmitter, device that would collect elements from the heavens, within the new castrum, the three nations responded by reforming the Origin Alliance and appointed the Archon as their tactician. For that which comes after, the operation to destroy the lunar transmitter, the lieutenant directs you to a soldier who actually took part in it. To that end, do you make your way to Mel and in Liminsa, where the individual can be found. Okay. Wait. Okay, so now we're going back over there. Illinois. Well, it has to be over there now. Alright, let's go. Wham! Alright. Yeah, I'm trying to think of how I would view this if I was doing it out of order, but I mean in the other order.
Ah.
Yeah. That would be the first natural non-side quest point in which I would first hear of Blue Swan. I think it would probably be was it in the base game? I think probably. Oh well, let's see. Let's go ahead and go over here. This one's located. Oh, just in the middle of it. All right, just by the F castle. Yeah. Very strange. I wonder where they're gonna take me now, or actually, where this is gonna go after this. It would have to be to the 3 city-states. To be any place after that, I'm not sure. Okay. There he is. And there it is, Maelstrom Command. Shall we then? Whew! Lieutenant Yuyame, ever a sight for sore eyes. Huh. Okay. I guess you probably keep a track of which Grand Company. Huh. Well, that's neat. Anyway.
Huh.
And you must be Nananji. Rashtal Lupreke. At your service. I understand you wish to hear about the operation to destroy the lunar transmitter. Indeed, I'm penning a biography of the Archon Lucifer, you see, for which I'm interviewing people who had dealings with. I truly appreciate your time. You're very welcome. I would be glad to assist, even if it wasn't a request from Lieutenant. Oi. Flame on. Oh wait, wrong one. Now then, to continue where we left off, it was shortly after the Origin Alliance was formed. Our Scots returned with word that the 7th Legion had activated the lunar transmitter in their fortress in Ordona. Now known as Castrum Sentry. The fortress was originally called Castrum Nova, before the the 14th restored and renamed it. Yeah. Let's see. It was in order to break through its defenses and destroy the transmitter that our 3 nations joined hands, and we were determined to succeed. And the strategy that Lucifer proposed was elegant in simplicity. While our main force drew the Garlean attention with an all-out siege, an elite band of adventurers would infiltrate the Castrum and make for our objective. He remembers like it was happening in a flashback. Okay. Friendship, we had entrusted adventurers with ridding us of the primals, and now we entrusted them with the very fate of Eorzea. I still remember the operation as if it were yesterday. Though we met with fierce resistance, we fought more fiercely still. No matter the cost, we had to ensure that the adventurers had a chance to strike at the transmitter. And when the messenger arrived bearing word that they had succeeded, but it still makes my heart sore to recall that moment of triumph. And that day, we learned that by standing together, the people of Eorzea could depose even the might of the Empire. I guess. It all just seems sort of tangentially connected to Luswan.
Huh.
He was involved, tactically. It is no exaggeration to say that victory paved the way for Eorzea's future. Without it, there would not have been an Operation Archon. At last, it wasn't all glad tidings. Although we destroyed the transmitter, Nail Darkness appeared and claimed that he no longer needed the device to bring down Dalamud. That he himself had the power to do so. And then we were like, nah. And then he was like, yeah. Anyway, so long as Von Darkness lived, the threat of destruction remained. And so, branding him an enemy to all life in Eorzea, the nations of the Alliance undertook a desperate manhunt. At length, they located him in Cometh, and sent their greatest warriors to hunt him down. Leading that formidable band was the adventurer whom they called the Warrior of Light. And though no records remain of the fierce encounter, one thing is certain. At battle's conclusion, Nail Van Darkness was brought low. And then they kicked his butt. Alright. We forgot that at some point that was the Warrior of Light. I forgot, do we? That is though. Was that the player before the relaunch? That might have been the player before the relaunch.
Maybe.
Would we ever... I wonder if it'll ever really come up again. I feel like it probably should. Funny how we're all putting... I mean, Luswan is very, very important, but he is the... But out of between him and the Warrior of Light, he is the one that everyone knows most as a name. I'm not sure if the Warrior of Light is actually given a name at this point. Or ever. I don't know. As you know, however, our woes did not end with the White Raven. For Luswan and his disciples determined that Dalamud would continue to fall. In a last-ditch bid to prevent the realm's annihilation, Circle of Knowing issued a request to the Eorzean Alliance to secure the Cardinal Flats, where the Red Moon was expected to crash. It was no simple task, for the entirety of the 7th Legion had amassed in Cardinal. But it was necessary in order to perform a ritual to stop Dalamud, a ritual that invoked the power of the 12. So it was that the Battle of Cartano was joined, and I dare say you know how the tale continued. Yes, absolutely. To everyone's shock, the Elder Primal Dalamud emerged. To everyone's shock, the Elder Primal Bahamut emerged from Dalamud and proceeded to unleash his fury upon the realm. And though all bore witness as Luswa initiated the ritual, none remember what came to pass afterward, and neither what happened to Bahamut, nor why the realm was reborn. Yes, that none remember. I mean that. Yeah. Oh right, yeah. They wanted me to keep that secret. Yeah, they did. Dang it. uh, then what was it? No, Lulu was being like, "Oh man, yes." Oh, you know what? I really wish that at some point he'd really kind of, drive it into into the player. Like, oh man, if only I knew there's like a big hole, a whole, black spot or a spot of unknown or a shadow on this incredible culmination of this amazing man's life that no one will ever know because nobody was there at the time. It'll haunt my memory forever, and I'll be gathered to my ancestors a failure. I'm gonna go and take up drinking. What say you, Lulume? Wanna watch me destroy myself for not knowing the truth? Like the guild, the unbearable guild. Ugh. Anyway, the haze that inflicted memories of the haze that afflicted memories of the calamity. But people will remember events prior to that moment, yes? If so, do you know if anyone was near Lou's father during the battle? Someone who may have spoken with him? Oi. If someone was near him, I'm afraid I do not know. He was atop a rise for the ritual, while I was a good distance away from the front lines. My apologies. No, please don't apologize. You've shared a wealth of information, and I couldn't ask for more. Well, if you're satisfied, then so am I. With that, I shall return to my duties. I look forward to reading the biography when it's finished. Sorry, my joy. Okay. Yeah, she works here, so she won't actually be going anywhere. But you don't have to talk to her anymore. This really does seem like the end, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Would they really drive it on me? I don't know. Does that seem right? I'm not sure that seems right. Anyway, hold on a sec. I need to go up and change to. I do have to change to a class that probably deserves the XP more. As I imagine there's XP at the end of it. Right?
Probably.
Actually, I didn't bother checking. More often than not, I just take it for granted that there would be. Should we have been here? Oh, right. Oh, yeah, it does. Okay, good. Okay. There you go. Wait, what? Oh, wait, I forgot. I kept on. I didn't actually save after I took off the hat. Okay, hold on a second. Very, very important that I take off the mask, essentially. I need to just find it. There we go. Okay. Was there actually anything recommended? No. Okay, good. Okay, now update that. Okay, good. Alright, so I don't have to do that again. There we go. Man, that would be weird. Actually, I'm wearing like earrings over the mask ear flaps. Anyway, I have to pierce my costume too. Okay, that's better. That's better. Ooh, oh yeah, but let me go and read the last thing. Entering Maelstrom Command, you are warmly greeted by a Storm Commander or Rashhat Raki, or Riki, whatever. The commander takes you through the details of the operation, which thought the main force of the Alliance lay siege to the Castrum, while an elite band of adventurers destroyed the lunar transmitter. Although the operation failed to halt Dalmud's descent, it served to demonstrate to the people of Eorzea that, by standing together, they could oppose even the might of the Empire. I imagine that lesson was lost on the vast majority of people. Anyway, at Louis Sua's behest, They stood together once more at the Cardinal Flats, where they fought desperately to secure the area for the ritual to cast the red moon back into the heavens. To the shock of all present, however, Bahamut burst forth from Dalamud and proceeded to unleash his fury upon the realm. While it is held that Luswa had defeated the dread being, all memories of the calamity were shrouded in haze, and no one remembers what actually happened. Curious as to the events prior to that moment, Nathanchi asked Rashat if someone was near Luswa during the battle, but she really does not. There the tale ends, and you thank the commander before taking it. Okay, yep. It actually would be like that. Wow. That is an interesting thing. I feel like probably 90% of everyone who goes through Final Fantasy 14 here would have actually finished the game and done these missions before reaching to the end of the Dalamud trials. The Dalamud saga. Raid saga? Yeah, essentially. Yeah, that is pretty wild to think. Huh. Yeah, I wonder, that would be crazy if there was like dialogue or something, acknowledging that you actually did indeed, or for those who did indeed, do all of those quests before taking these on. Huh. I guess so. I suppose it isn't very necessary. It would be cool if they did, but I doubt that they did.
Yeah.
But it is an interesting sort of dynamic here. Lulu knows too much. How does that make him feel? Maybe he's annoyed, worried, maybe worried, confused. Oh yeah, that's, but it's concentrated. I shut. Yeah, maybe, but maybe fakes fine because he's trying to fake it. Oh wow, I'm sure you'll find out someday. I'm sure you'll know the truth someday. Oh right. We should probably go and also do something else to try and lift up his spirits. Maybe pet. Dagger gravel. Overreact. Always pecking. The Soothe doesn't feel like it makes much sense to do another Lalafels. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right. But whatever. Haha. He was like, oh, what you gonna do? Oh shucks, I'm sure you'll find your answer someday. Yeah. Let's go ahead and take a look then. Now I have a grasp of events leading up to the calamity, and yet, forgive me, I was in deep thought. In no small part due to your help, I've managed to learn a great deal. Better anyway. But there's still more I wish to know. Might I trouble you to accompany me a little longer? If you're willing, please let me know. Okay, there actually is a part 2 to this. Really now. Remembering the past. Okay. Maybe the arrow next to the title means that there's actually another quest that comes after this. Maybe.
Could be.
Like this is like a part 1 of a series of quests. I suppose. Oh, that is some experience. For sure. Yeah. Wonder how that'd be like. I'll do it now. Well, let's go ahead and take a look. Actually, wait. Please show me the quest. I mean, I suppose. Nah, I don't think there's really much point in delaying it, really. Let's see. End of era framers kit. Anyway, I'm preserving the future. Nananchi desires more information for Louis Farr's biography. Right. But where would his thirst for knowledge take him? Would it also take would it actually threaten for him to also be privy to that which he ought not know? Should I intend to sabotage his efforts in order to keep him from finding out the true truth? More information. I mean, I guess. Actually, no, wait. Before I do that, I'll just switch over to black magic. No one will ever know. Actually, it's probably fine. Yeah, okay. So this isn't the end of it yet. Black Mage is already to 52, so he's 2 ahead, if anything. Okay. No one saw it. Anyway. Alright, I guess my full take enough, really. Another arrow. There might be another one after this. Nananchi desires more information for Louis Farr's biography. Oh, fine. You'll continue to accompany me then? Wonderful. Now come, let's head to the Drowning Wench to discuss our next move. Right. Like getting drunk. Or more accurately, me watching you. Oh, for all of the answers that you'll never find in your lifetime. Oh, we're going over there now. Oh, okay, cool. You want to take a seat finally? Anyway, our research proceeds apace so far, and we've even learned things not found in literature. But I guess that makes sense. I'm pretty sure you're essentially trailblazing this, I imagine.
Yeah.
I can't imagine. Actually, no, I probably should imagine. There's likely more seasoned, researchers and such that have probably covered this. At least they should have. Yeah. It's weird to go over and play at that. I don't know. This is a very fresh thing that happened in a lot of people's lifetimes.
And
I'm pretty sure, isn't a lot of the people alive today were alive back then to witness it firsthand. And yet you would also have me believe that, oh, but everybody's all very much not bothering talking about it, and perhaps already forgetting that it happened or something. I say it's less sad and more like they have other pressing matters to attend to, like the rebuilding effort, I guess.
Yeah.
And also the other near catastrophes at this point in time. So, if right. Yeah. Was it? No, wait. It was if all the ages of astral numbral are like peaks and valleys of what was it? Conflict and rebuilding and aftermath. Actually, no, wait. The upward trend and the downward trend. I think for a while, everyone up until recently was living on the downward trend of umbral, which is like, they have so many other things to worry about.
Yeah.
Maybe now that things are astral all over again, then could they possibly begin to pay mind to the past, I guess.
Oh.
And I think that's typically how it'd be like.
Yeah.
Our research proceeds apace so far. We've learned things not found in literature. Yeah. But tell me, based on what you've heard from our interviewees, what is your opinion of Le Soir? Oh, right. I have to give you the impression that I haven't spoken to him personally. Okay, let's lay it on me. He's an exceptional leader. He had a difficult task. Others deserve more credit. What? Right. For some reason, it popped in my head. Did Lulu, or the player character, the chosen one, did he experience the what was it? Did he experience the mind vision of the flashback in which Luswa went Super Saiyan and blew and I don't know, what was it? Punched the satellite back into orbit?
Huh.
I don't know. Well, he probably did other things too. That's probably not exact. Not it's all totally an inaccuracy, but it just kind of looked like that. He just one punched the whole thing back into orbit, but he punched the hole a new black hole or something. So I'm just saying that if Lulu experienced that firsthand, through a mind vision, then that would clearly and utterly paint his entire opinion of the man.
Yeah.
But if it was just speaking to him like second hand or third hand, well, second hand essentially, then he would probably be able to not see that when he closes his eyes. I think the first one is probably more accurate to say. What was it? A difficult task. That's really, really vague. Others deserve more credit. I don't know. I'd imagine that the only one who deserves more credit than Luswa is the Warrior of Light, whose name we don't even know. First name Warrior, last name of Light, or middle name of, last name Light. I think this is probably rankings. No. I agree. He possessed great leadership. If not, he couldn't have established a framework to realize his plans, no matter how brilliant they may have been. I guess so. What struck me was how grateful the interviewees were to Luswa for bringing their nations together in cooperation. It was nothing short of necessary for our survival. Right. Also, a miracle of some kind. Yet, in knowing this, I can't help but wonder, in his capacity as a tactician, it seems to me he had done more than enough by devising a plan and facilitating its execution. Essentially. Oh, right. Huh. You know what? Now that I'm also thinking about it, if I were to have Lulu say others deserve more credit, well, that actually might have worked as an attempt by Lulu to get this guy to drop his research into Louis Hua.
Possibly.
That would have been something. I thought they would have taken it that way, but it's cool to imagine, so. A lot of time it isn't just, oh, what would my character say? But also, how would the game take it at? Oh well.
Yeah.
It seems he would have done more than enough by devising a plan and facilitating its execution. He went far beyond that, risking life and limb in the front lines for a land not his own. Perhaps he needs to be, perhaps he needed to be there for the ritual, and perhaps he felt a sense of duty. Oh, right. I'm so struggling to go and keep all of this in order. I forgot where exactly Louis Hua hailed from. Was it the Empire? Oh, wait. I don't think so. Dang it. I'll probably have to look that up again. Even so, as noble as it is to desire to help others, what good is it if you end up sacrificing yourself? Even so, as noble as a desire to help others, is it if you end up sacrificing yourself? I mean, imagine the people that you save, right?
Maybe.
Yeah. Because I imagine. Right. I mean, I guess if you. What was it? If it's just to go and save one person, and if that person is probably going to die very shortly after it anyway, I guess you could probably say that it's pointless, but at the same time, Luswa saved a whole lot of people. So I imagine that's a net positive no matter how you spin it.
Yeah.
Especially if those people go on to save other people, then it's like a never-ending cycle of salvation or something. What was it that compelled Luswa to go to Carcinal? And what went through his mind as the battle unfolded? In order to do this, his biography justice, I feel I need to know these things. And more. Okay. I would figure that you would have a really hard time doing that unless you got a lot, unless you interviewed people very much more intimately acquainted with them. Now, if only you knew someone who knew such people. Oh yeah. If Luswa had people near him at the time, perhaps he shared words with them in final moments. Words that could provide some insight. But where to begin searching for such individuals, assuming they exist? I guess you could start with the more important people, like the full-on leaders of the companies. Oh, I know there was a reason that we came here. Sorry, friends, I couldn't help but overhear your conversation. Oh, wait. Sorry, friends, but I couldn't help but overhear your conversation. Just so happens I know a bloke who served under Luswa's guard at Cardinal. Wow. Oh, shoot. Don't have to make use of any of Lulu's connections. Truly? You know someone who was with him? Aye. As far as I'm aware, Eve wasn't keeping the fact a secret just for your measure, though. Why you want to speak with him? What? I thought you were eavesdropping. You couldn't eavesdrop as much as why? Hold on a second. What kind of eavesdropping bartender are you? Also, even if you missed that, did you at least not miss that he's affiliate? That Lulu's right there. Don't tell me you forgot who Lulu is. Now, Luswa's biography, eh? Well, in that case, I reckon the bloke would be willing to cooperate. Orn Gulcom is his name, and was a lieutenant or the Maelstrom. After the calamity, he turned into a veteran so as to be a greater help to common folk. A Maelstrom officer turned adventurer. We'd be most keen to speak with him. Where might he be found? When Oren dropped in the other day, he said that he had business on the Moraby dry docks. If you're lucky, might he still be there. Understood. We're in your debt. We can't let this chance pass us by, Lilame. Let's take ourselves to the dry docks at once. Oh, yeah. Okay, that's kind of ridiculous. Yeah, could have just eavesdropped a little longer or something. But whichever. Okay, I have to go and see this turn. I'll fight him later. Because I want to go through everything in order. Like a sweep of everything. Let's see. Actually, no, I'll sit down in the chair and then I'll do it. There you go. At the joining wrench, Nananji expresses his desire to know what motivated Laswan to go so far, as to sacrifice himself for a land not his own. If he had people near him in his final moments, the writer muses they may be able to provide some insight, and by a fortuitous turn, Bateron, who chances to overhear your conversation somewhat, happens to know an individual who served among the Archon's guards at Cartenon. Known by the name of Warren Gunkel, this a former officer of the Maelstrom has since turned to adventuring, and there is a possibility he is presently in dry docks. Upon learning of this, Nanaji immediately sets off, eager not to miss the opportunity to speak with him. Oy. Okay. And that's what happened. Let's see, where are we? I guess we're sort of reaching the end, but I guess not quite. I guess I'll go over there now. Over to Morphe. Let's go outside first. Okay. Which is his motivation for doing what he said, or what to going through with it. I think could probably easily be discerned from the other interviews. I guess, but I don't know. I suppose. The whole thing about his mindset at the time. I don't know. Maybe he might have talked to somebody else, but who? Oh, training again. Wasn't paying attention. Actually, you know what? He's probably as angry as I am. With privileges. It'll just never stop raining. Actually, not very serious. Okay, that's better. You think you would have gone to some place a whole lot higher up in order to search? Right, where could on be? In hindsight, we should have asked what he looks like. His name would suggest he's a Midlander, but... well, nothing for it but to make inquiries. Let's split up with the task and meet again here. Oh, great. The parameters have changed. Upon arriving at the dry docks, Ananji proposes splitting up to make inquiries after ore. Hopefully, someone in the area could lead you. Okay. Oh. Yes. Certainly a perfect time for this. Man. I wonder if we're ready for the technology of like games in which it rains and then it changes it makes everybody go indoors. On all the NPCs and such. Not sure if we're ready. At least for a 3D game anyway. Let's see. We have to go around here to these sectors. I guess so. What would that be? Up. Okay. You're around here. Oh. He's actually around here talking with me. Hey, might as well. I thought I had gotten better at making inquiries, but it's not so easy as if they aren't already inclined to speak. How do you do it day in, day out? Oh, they've so closed up and unwilling, don't even have a name. All right. I could scream in their face for impeding the investigation. Indeed.
That'll show him.
May that be listened to. But honestly, it helps if you, what was it? Make yourself exceptionally, what was it? Show yourself exceptionally willing to do whatever they ask. Try that, kids at home. A veteran shipwright. No rest for the wet. Looking for an Orn Gulcom. Okay. Don't know anyone by that name, I'm afraid. Okay, might have given him a false name. Oh, wait, I did walk by an unfamiliar fellow just now, though. By the mark of the spinner. He had a flower on his head, so he caught my eye. Oh, right. You have a little plant thingy on your head. I see. What did you say? Well, I don't know an old Golcom. I did see an unfamiliar fellow just now over by the market spinner. The flower in his head, so he caught my eye. Right. Alright, let's do the bigger area around here. I wonder if I missed someone. Huh. Oh, right, there actually was a guy over there. A rogue is in porter. What you want these nails, lads? Who goes there? Anyway, or, as it happens, I spoke with him just earlier. He said he wanted to buy flowers, so I directed him to a vendor. Not sure where he is as of now, though. Right. Ever since the calamity, Orin's been helping people across the realm rebuild. It's a fine thing and all, but with his skills, I reckon he could do far better than menial labor. Well, you'll have to start and stay consistently somewhere. Doing all the jobs will be taken by, by the top 1% of adventurers. Who are so adventurous. They also dabble in realm saving and hero work. That they never forget their roots. Right. Because yeah, I guess technically, if you think about it, you only have to have like a few jobs and classes done before the end. Well, actually, I guess what I do, probably for a lot of people too, because they're likely not completionists. Like they would likely do like a handful of jobs and then reach the end of the base game, which they save the realm and become proving themselves the hero of light, the savior, and all that, and then if they feel compelled to, they'll take up the other jobs. The other 90% of jobs, including stuff like mining, fishing, and cooking and such.
Yeah.
They're just like after they've already made a name for themselves as a grand hero of the realm. So yep, just crazy. Anyway, a shopkeep. Okay. I'm sorry, but I've only started helping out here. Still learning our customers' names. Oh, then you're probably the worst person to go to. I couldn't say if it's the person you're after, but a man did come by earlier who appeared to be an adventurer. He bought the male lily and that we're currently trialing. Huh. You have an inkling as to where Orn might be. Time to rejoin the Nanji. I do? Like directly where he is? I mean, he bought a flower from this fruit stand, fruit and vegetable stand.
And they don't even sell flowers.
I missed the part where it actually directed me to where he's headed. Yeah, I know he's in the general area, but just that he's in the general area, he has a flower on his head. And not a whole lot more than that, I feel, but whatever. Piecing together the information from the locals, you believe you know where Orn may be found. Armed with the knowledge, you go to rejoin the Nanji. The fact that you're not telling me what I know inside the description right here makes me feel like it's something I pieced together when I reconvene with my... Anyway, we have to go over there. Alright. This way. Oh, wait. Please not him and see this one. Well, live in the future. Okay. Well, at least I know he's over there. Oh, wait a second, I forgot to talk to her again. Oops. I forgot that I always do that with these guys. But I forgot to do it this other time. Couldn't say if it was this person or after, but a man did come by earlier who to be an adventurer. We're currently trialing. Okay. Yeah, sometimes it's the exact same thing they said, but for the middle guy, it was actually something completely different. So it pays to make sure. Okay. Right. This is probably when they revealed that she, I believe it's a she, doesn't even speak his language, or speak the language. There you are, Lulame. Were you able to learn anything? I did. So a man who could be Orn bought a male lily, then went to the mark of the spinner. Oh, right, the spinner. Yeah. If we hurry there, we might be able to find him. Let's go. Anytime. Delighted to be of service, old being. Okay. Right. We're going this way, right? Yeah. Oh, I took a wrong turn. Okay, hold on. It's over there. Ow. If it's that long, I'm gonna fly there then. Let's go. Right. Wait. Ah! Okay. Alright, here we go. You share with Nanji your findings that Orn may have bought a male lily, and thence took himself to the mark of the spinner nearby. Not wasting no time, the two of you hurried to the... Oh. Right, it really is called that, huh? I wonder why they call it that. Yeah, I don't know. Mark of the spinner. I don't know if that's the first time I heard about it. Anyway, let's go ahead and talk to him first. If he was only just seen, he should still be nearby. Eh. Well. Oh, that's why they call it the mark of the spinner. I wonder what's the story of this place. Ew. I wonder that mark is naturally occurring. Oi, let's go and ask if that guy's seen him. Whoa. Careful, he's got an axe. Begging your pardon, sir, but are you Lieutenant on Welcome? I haven't been a lieutenant for years, but that's me. What can I do for you? What? Do you recognize the half of my face? I realize this is sudden, but just stay right there while I tell you everything.
Uh-huh.
At least it ain't raining. So you're writing Louis' biography. I want to hear my account as someone who was near on hand at Cardinal. But there must be a reason that you're here too. The warrior of light who led us to victory in Operation Archon. Very well. I will tell you my tale. Okay. Now then, where to begin? Remember it like it's happening in a flashback. Oh no! That's probably him on the left. Anyway, as you know, the battle was fought over the land where Dalamud was expected to fall. In the beginning, neither side was able to gain the upper hand, but when the Imperials deployed their Magitech armor, our ranks were thrown into disarray. Those charged with protecting Luswal like me could only watch the carnage from afar, and though our forces managed to hold out thanks to the adventurer contingent, we sustained grievous casualties. But the real tragedy was what followed. As Dalamud hurtled towards us, it began shedding fragments of itself before finally bursting open to unleash the primal Bahamut. Emil. Yeah, like the world's worst, gotcha Easter egg. As all below looked on in shock, battle completely forgotten, Bahamut took wing and spewed fire all over the land. Men in Magitech armor alike were set ablaze, sent flying like so many insects. I only realized that I had stopped breathing when a commanding voice broke my trance. "You've done enough," Luswa told us. "Now fly and save yourselves." Like my fellow guards, I wanted to remain. I couldn't charge into battle beside my comrades. At the very least, I would do my duty here and protect Luswa to the last. But upon seeing us standing there, not making to move, Luswa smiled and spoke thus. If you would give your lives to protect something, then protect my hopes. Every soul who lives to determine their own fate is a source of hope, bright and brilliant. So live, I bid you, and be among those who bear the light for others to follow. Those words awakened us to a greater purpose. If there was hope in my living, then I would live as a Luswa bid. No matter what, I would survive, and so, together with my fellows, I began making my retreat. Alas, we hadn't gotten far when an explosion erupted and sent us sprawling. I struggled to my feet just in time to see the enormous menacing silhouette of Bahamut looming over the spot. In the next instant, he was enveloped in light, and that was the last I remember of him. It was Fa's final moment. Amidst that light, he looked to be smiling. What he was thinking in that moment, I couldn't say. But one thing was certain: we all of us, are alive thanks to him. Following the calamity, it was reported that Lucifer had defeated Bahamut and set about the land's miraculous regeneration. Do you believe this is the truth? I. Every soul who lives to determine their own fate is a source of those who would determine their own fate. Wonder how that's working out. Anyway, what we've learned has reaffirmed my belief in them. That the belief that Lucifer was not an all-powerful savior one reads about in tales, but merely an ordinary man. I mean, but I guess that's some manner of interpretation from this. Did anybody actually say he was an all-powerful savior? I don't think so. I mean, I guess it's more seeing like the near to the end of his life, but not to the beginnings of it, which I imagine would have probably given us a great deal more insight. I mean, where was it? I guess the only real way from this point would be more about his background. I would imagine. I'm not even sure if that would really, his start, where he lived, upbringing, and how he came to believe what he believed. With that, I'm not entirely sure if that's ever addressed. Actually, I'm not even sure if that's addressed in game. It might just be like an extra reading to do. But that man never forsook Orthia. No, he stood for his realm to the last. He and countless other brave souls, and saved it from becoming a scorched waste. Against unimaginable adversity, he fought, at the cost of his life, paved the way to a brighter future for us all. The least I can do is in return is tell his story, spread his message that where there is life, there is hope. Okay, that's a slight little turn in what his actual words were, but okay, sure. I'm pretty sure it was just by virtue of like even the what was it? Even the quails and the orangutans and all that sort of thing, they also count as life, but they didn't seem particularly worthy of hope. It sounded like.
Yeah.
Thanks to your account, I believe I found an angle for the biography. I'm truly grateful. What? I'm kind of missing the significance of this. Wait, but what's going on here? This isn't where he's buried, is it? Would you care to offer a prayer as well? The prayer that the light of hope, which Lucifer preserved, shall ever burn bright. Wait, is he buried here? Well, actually, no. Wait. I guess it's probably more accurate to say is the shrine. Is this the shrine to him or something? Oh, okay. Yeah, it's like. I mean, I think it could also be like a matter of like, well, we never found his body, but we've made basically a monument to him here, and so I don't know, something like that, right? Actually, what was this place called again? Hold on a second. Read the story. Wait, not that one. That one. Yeah, it doesn't say on the map what it's. But they call it the. Let's see, the Mark of the Spinner. I guess is that one of the. Is that one of the 12? Okay. What? Who was the? What is the spinner for again? Yeah, cause it what was it? I wasn't. Or did I align Lulu to the? I think it was the Navigator. No, wait, I think it was the Wanderer. Right, I think Lulu was for the Wanderer. Yeah, the spinner. Okay, so that's what the lily was named after. Okay. So something about Nemea the spinner was actually tied to this story, I guess. I'm not sure if they're actually going to tell me, but what's going on around here? It's really weird. I guess I'd probably have to look it up. You would have to look it up yourself in order to know for sure. Or maybe he'll tell me. Maybe he'll tell me. We'll see. Hold on. Let's talk to these guys before yet.
Oh, also, you're at the 2-hour mark.
Right. The calamity left deep scars across the realm. There was no place that did not want for help to. Right. I imagine that the Imperium or the Empire, were they affected? They should have been affected too, right?
Oh.
After
Maybe.
being saved by our twin adder allies, I decided to become an adventurer. Better to honor Lucifer's legacy and lend a hand to those in need. During my travels, I often hear your tales. I'm glad I could share my own with you. Right. That's why you were just kind of glaring at me now and again. I'm sure that's it. Did you find anything? Oh. Then do you have anything solid about how Nemea the spinner ties into this? Maybe they'll tell me. Maybe they'll tell me. Dang it. Oh, okay. Right. I don't know. I can only imagine that Nemea the spinner was likely the one that I don't know. But the one that Lucifer chose in his character creator. I guess it's like the kind of like lowbrow way of saying it, but yeah, it's probably his mark. And that likely lends something to his character, I guess. At least I would imagine so. And they always go over here to jump. Anyway. Alright, I have to go and see that whole thing. At the end of your search, you and Ananji come face to face with Orn Gulcom. Recognizing you as the hero of Operation Archon, the man agrees to tell you his tale, and in grim tones recounts Lassoir's final moment. Oh, it had to be grim? Oh, well, there's no way for me to have known that. Even when Bahamut had broken free and all hell's loose, he and his fellow guards were determined to stay at the Archon's side to the bitter end. The George, however, had beseeched them not to sacrifice themselves here, but to live and bear the light for others to follow. Every soul who lives to determine their own fate is a source of hope. With these words ringing in his mind, Nananji is reaffirmed in his belief that Louisoix was not an all-powerful savior one reads about in tales, but merely an ordinary man. Yet that man never forsook Eorzea and stood for his realm to the last, that all might know a brighter future. In this way, the budding writer has found not only an angle for Louisoix's biography, but newfound determination to tell the great man's tale. I guess for the theme of like he was no I don't know, a demigod or a legendary hero, but rather than an ordinary man, I feel that you would probably do better. I don't know. And in other matters, there's probably underline as such. Because my takeaway from all of this was still that, man, it was amazing, larger than life man. And I think that's probably what most people will take away from it.
Yeah.
Like, you know, which is faced with death and then turning around to say, leave me now so that you may live and spread hope and joy. That's something somebody larger than life does. I mean, but if he was to say, "What? Don't leave me here. Don't leave an old man to die alone," then that would probably really counterline the whole. Okay, yep. He had less than stellar, more very human moments too. I don't know. I don't think the biography is leading to what you think it does. I think it'll just cement his legacy in people's minds all the more. So by normal people's standards, you're a great interviewer. By your own, you're terrible, and you really should get more experience about that. I think they say it's ending, so let me just go ahead and end this video, and then we'll see.
Oh, okay.
All right. Oops. I forgot about the whole thing about the navigator. Actually, no, but this isn't end. It doesn't say it is. Allow me to thank you again for recounting your experiences to us. Nay, 'tis I who owes you thanks for giving me the chance to share Louisoix's words. All these years I had avoided speaking of his passing out of respect, but it would not do to take the tale to my grave. Through the biography, it is my hope that his spirit will live on in all of us. There's a little Louisoix in all of us. Now then, if you'll excuse me, I shall resume my pilgrimage to the marks. Now, wherever your travels take you, I shall be praying for your safety. The male lilies, the symbol of safe passage. As Louisoix stood there in Content.No, I wonder if he likewise prayed for someone's safety. Yeah. Maybe we should go ahead and interview someone else to find. At any rate, these interviews have yielded everything I had hoped for and more. Now come, let's return to Ulta. I'll have your reward for you at Ulta in the Hall of Flames. Okay. Quite so. Hmm. I guess we'll see. Let's go and see how things have changed. Gee, in response to an analogy, thanks Orn offers thanks for his of his own for being afforded the chance to share Luswa's words. The erstwhile lieutenant then takes his leave and wishes you well on your travels. Having seen the man off, the Nanji suggests returning to Ulda, where he will present you with your reward. Okay. I guess it's implied that we basically caught Orn at his pilgrimage of paying respects and pray or whatever to these 12 marks, I guess we'll say. So maybe it was like a side thing that he was doing, perhaps. If the spinner is really very if the spinner herself, I guess, is really unconnected to what's happening here. At least that's as far as I could tell.
Huh.
I guess. No more. Alright. He's just out there, right? Yeah, he's just there. Okay. Oh, right. Probably should have went ahead and changed to another close. Whoops. Well, because I'm already running out of time, basically, I'll just take a quickie here. How unsightly. I guess it could be Ninja, why not? He's the one who started this. Okay. Alright, we did everything we could, yeah? Yeah. End of era framers kit. Tool for enhancing a portrait. Used to unlock embellishments. Fit for an inheritor of Luswa's look, including portal elements. The background frame includes plate elements. Base plate, backing, portrait, frame. That's weird. I wonder what that is. I guess I'll probably see the next beginning of next time. There you are. I ended up troubling you longer than I had intended, but it was a truly fruitful series of interviews. How fortunate that we could hear from those who lived that fateful time. While I still have many questions, the biography is beginning to take shape in my mind. Right. He didn't start writing it. I also feel as though I've attained a measure of closure. No more. Luswa fought simply as one of us, and he made the ultimate sacrifice that hope might endure. This I've come to realize and appreciate thanks to everyone's heartfelt testimony. Now then, last but not least, I'd like to ask you for your thoughts on something. According to Orn, Luswa smiled in his final moment. As he was enveloped in light, what do you imagine he held in his mind? I don't even know why you're asking me. Not like I would know. It's pointless. The image of mankind thriving. It's pointless to speculate on such things. Right. What if I were to be too harsh? Then he would probably become even more curious in spite of me. I'm sure this probably won't lead to anything else. I enjoyed it. I see. I appreciate your thoughts. As I pen the biography, I'll be certain to remember your word. I wonder if he would have said that, even if I said it was pointless to speculate. Well, sad though it is, it's time for us to part ways. I'll set to work on a draft. I won't rest until the biography goes to print. Thank you for all your help, my friend. I couldn't have come this far without you. Sure you couldn't have. We'll figure out what that is later. Come on. Oh wait, don't you go following him. Hey, the man, the myth, the legend. I guess I'll probably have to change that stream title. But I am. One of his final moments was spent on how he couldn't have gotten this far, or Luswa couldn't have gotten where he was without the warrior of light. Whatever his name was. Oh well, since I'm close by over here, I might as well go and fun. Okay. Alright, let's go over there. Serve your users. Let's go in here. Right this way. Alright. I guess we'll check next time if he's around here. When we get back. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait. I completely forgot. I forgot to go over and see my guys. Oh, I should have done that when in the middle section. Right, okay. But when we're going to part 2 of this whole thing. Oh wait, hold on. I need to do it right now. It's the only way. Okay. Oh wait, I completely forgot about it. They're absolutely done with their training now, and they should be ready to go for that level 10 quest. I just know it. Okay, let's get out of here. I'll just be as quick as I can. Over to the... Okay. Alright. Yeah, it's crazy. Kind of funny the idea that I could possibly turn him down at every turn. Like, oh, you're going too close to the truth. You must turn back now. Oh, yeah, that would be cool if that was the case. But no, it was all very as it was. I guess this probably may yet actually be the way to, or maybe one of the ways to know and be introduced to and know extensively about Luswa before you take on the all those quests.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. It's hard to tell exactly which way is better. I don't know. Yeah. This it kind of followed as I thought it would. It is essentially people around them around him at the time, and had passive affiliation with him, but no one. I know, but no one any more intimate than his bodyguards, I guess. Yeah. I feel like if you really wanted the picture of him at his most, I don't know, I guess I'll say human and vulnerable, it likely would be to the people who knew him best. And, you know, like his grandkids, I would reckon. Or his actual children. Oh well, I wonder if I'll ever be introduced to them at some point. It stands to reason.
Yeah.
Or maybe they were all killed. Who knows? Okay, but I know they're finished. I know. Oh wait. Oh yeah, this was training. Okay, so I'm taking them from here. Okay, sacrifice all of that strength over to tactical. Finally. Hooray! It does level up again. Of course, I'm getting proven links and pounds. Challenge deployment. Yes. Challenge 1. You're just holding that for me. Yep, they are. Well, good. What? It's still not enough.
Huh, I guess not.
Oh. There's just nothing to be done. Yeah, nothing else can be sacrificed. I might be over this. Potential will be sacrificed. They'll be sacrificed down to 40. Down to 20. Okay. Well. Probably wouldn't be that much of a big deal if they allowed me to change classes. Alright. Well, on that bombshell, it is time to get out of here. Let's go. I'll go back to over there. Oh, woo, weird, no sound. Anyway. But yeah. You would think I'd probably go to there, but I guess it's probably for the best. That the interview ended where it did. I don't know. Lulu has a hard time picturing somebody that tall and that old. Meow. Well, I guess probably. I mean, possibly in his own life. Yeah, the reference to all the people he knew. Yeah, let's go. Ethernet. Yes. I mean, in his own life, so through having family that's that tall and old. Come on. Lou is mostly glad that he doesn't have to worry about doing very underhanded things to keep the secret. No. Now I need to even fantasize about what those things might be. Or might have been. Ew. But yeah. I don't think Lulu ever had much of a problem believing that he was... Actually, no, wait. Mateo? No, actually, maybe if he heard of him beforehand, then maybe. But I feel like he was only ever really truly introduced to Luswa at all. Well, at the for that Dollywood quest or trials.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So in which case, well, yeah, he was introduced to the guy very shortly after, so it all just sort of worked out, really. Oh, actually, what I think I will do, switch back to Black Mage. There he is. Okay. Alright, well, we might ruminate on this later, but for overall, we're basically on time. Or we went over time.
Okay.
This was a very long quest, and part of the new thing that I want to do is to hopefully do as many of the newly opened level 50s as I possibly can before we move on. What'll happen in the meantime? Well, it's essentially a grand tour, which is why I use tour in the title that I used of now. There's going to be a good deal to do. This one I think was pretty nice and all, and easygoing as it was, very rich in information. I guess this is the way a lot of people are introduced with Louis Why, I feel. And I don't know. I don't know how that would have changed my perspective of it. But yeah. But like I said, I think to really get a full picture of the guy would have really started with his early life. And I'm not entirely sure if that's ever going to be a thing. I don't know. I guess we'll find that out in time. Or actually, we'll see if we'll find out if the game addresses that. But anyway, it'll be all for now. I'll carry on as I have been, and we'll let's look at the next quest over down the road or down the line in Ulda, and we'll see where that takes us. Maybe there's something good, maybe there's something not so good, but we'll either way we'll find out later. So hopefully you guys look forward to that. That'll be like in all likelihood next week at the same time, and we'll see what we end up doing for Friday here. I could make plans. I know what I'll be pulling for, but we'll see how it turns out. But surely something on Friday. Actually, no, wait. Yeah, well, we don't think we.
Oh right, yeah. There's no stream Friday.
Yeah, you're right. We'll be busy Friday. Okay, so probably nothing Friday. So very unfortunate, and very annoying that it actually happened once we reached 300 subs. Well, that sucks. I guess that's all the reason why this one has to be extra longer. Anyway, so I guess will you just leave off Friday, or will you actually post something?
I won't post anything on Friday.
Okay, so I guess Friday will be a free day for everyone. Be good, and yeah, I guess we'll see you next week. So hopefully, hopefully we see you next week, and until we do, we hope you have a good one. So goodbye.
Bye.
Meow.